Well, good morning, everyone. We're not in the river today.
No.
Back in the Woodyard we are.
Yeah.
Like good little soldiers.
In the mud. It's been a couple weeks. I mean, I've been out here hit and miss between the rain and the snow, trying to get a little in here and there, but you know what? It's just been too long, and
just got to do it.
Whether we destroy the Woodyard, we'll fix it later. I mean, if we're going to buy a load of gravel, I'll bring up some sand.
It's really just that one big section in front of the corral where you maneuver the tractor back and forth. But
it's probably that deep. Maybe if I put the rock bucket on and sifted that dirt out from that pile down there.
That might help.
Yeah, if I get the rocks out of that dirt, I'd be able to pan it easier.
Here we go.
No, all right. We better stick with the Woodyard today.
Time to work today. That might help.
I think I've got some wood. There's bundle grade in that trailer. There's some uglies in that trailer that have added up each time I've come out.
Back to stacking.
And this is all we've got left of the pine with the bark on it. And I'll work on getting that cut up today, I guess. I mean, why not? Maybe I can get some splitting in. There's stacking for you to do. I did go the other day and got a load of pine. There was Jim Howe had some saw logs that he had. There was a couple sticks of junk pine. One of them's right here behind me, but they probably can't see it in the camera over there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There was 5, but I already set one on the sawmill. If I get a free second, I'll putter on that but it's probably not going to be today.
No.
I better
put
on my gear and start cutting. I started cutting last night. I cut up 4 or 5 sticks, and then it just started pouring again, so whatever.
We might be in luck today. We'll see, but I'll work on getting the trailers emptied, and
we got to keep filling the wood stove inside and checking on that, because the salamander's running in there and there's sawdust on the floor, and that's not a good thing to be doing either.
I'll keep checking on it.
We're trying to dry out the bundles that she made last time in there, so. But
it'll give me an excuse to warm up too, because it's windy, crazy windy out here, but
yeah,
that'll help dry things up, I guess.
Hopefully it'll get rid of some of the mud, and I don't know, I'm looking at the clouds over there and they're pretty gray, and it might just rain again. I don't know.
We never know. It does what it wants to.
So we better take advantage of it and get after it. I'll go throw my chaps on and gas and oil the saw and start whacking some pine.
Back to it we go.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! All right, we figured while we were down here, we'd show you the bundles that we've got made up.
Yeah.
Long row of them. Plus there's, what, 6, 7 pallets of them in the
Still
shop?
in the shop with the heat running.
Yeah, which reminds me, we got to go check on that.
Probably ought to check on that again. But, yeah,
we've got a good jump on it, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
We haven't been just sitting in the brook.
No. But there's another half a cord down here of camp grade bulk wood, and as fast as you're stacking it, I'm thinking I'm not going to get through cutting all that because I'm going to have to start splitting again.
Well, I know, but
you're stacking it faster than I can.
Well, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We don't, you know, you got to ease into these things. We've been away for a few days.
I'm certainly not in shape unless you count round as a shape.
Yeah, we don't want to push it too hard.
No. I only made it through 1 tank of gas and I had to take a break. I was tucking out.
Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you get away for even just a little bit. Your body gets unused to it.
That's for sure. I can usually do 3 or 4 tanks before I stop and have a soda, but whatever.
If we were only 25 again.
Yeah, there'd be 200 cord already down here, but
oh well.
I don't.
Guess we better get back to it.
Yeah, I suppose. The weather can't seem to make up its mind.
I know.
You think it was going to rain, and then the wind's screaming, and now it's sunny and not blowing too bad.
We'll go with it.
Yeah, keeps going back and forth. Whatever.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. You think blue? Huh? Good boy. Yeah. Alright. I guess I can't keep cutting wood because you're stacking too fast.
Well, I can stop.
That's
No, I guess I'll go back to stacking the ugly trailer.
There is still some uglies in the trailer that can be stacked, but you pretty well got all the bundle grade stacked, so
It's a little bit in there, but
figured we'd swap over and
split some more.
yeah, we'll get everything fired up here and at least run a hopper through. I mean, that's a cord or thereabouts, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Always seems to come out to about a cord.
We'll know once we stack it.
Yeah. Well, it's hard telling because there's some in the trailer and whatnot, but they don't care, so.
No.
All right.
Wood is wood.
I didn't get through all of that pine over there, but we put a pretty good dent in it.
Yeah.
Bet we got through half of what was there. And there's still another 2 cord in the corral at least, so yeah, we cut up 3 cord.
That'll keep us busy.
Yeah, it's more than we're going to split today.
Yeah.
But, all right, I'll get,
All right. Well, we're doing a little bit of everything today.
probably ought to throw some grease on that.
Yeah.
Take care of this thing a little bit. All right, let me get things warmed up and we'll get busting wood. All right.
So, pallet 2 underway.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you here for? Moral support?
Yeah, well,
What's going on?
I think the splitter, I got the best of me. My back's killing me. This is, well, when you don't do it for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
it kind of
Kicks your butt.
Yeah, it did.
It's gonna get our Woodyard legs under us again.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad earlier running the saw. I mean, wasn't used to it, but I'm gonna have to get back in the swing of things here. I've softened up for sure.
I think taking time off is a little dangerous.
Well,
at least at our age.
Yeah, it's just not being at the splitter. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not like we haven't been down here and doing stuff, but
it's a workout on your back.
Yeah, I haven't been cutting, haven't been splitting.
We've been bundling.
Right. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and do some more cutting for an hour or so, and
yeah, get away from the splitter.
If that bothers me, I put a log on the sawmill last night. I don't know if you noticed that. But,
I did.
Well, that's from those logs I went and got from Jim Howe there. So
Oh, wow.
maybe I'll start sawing those. I don't know.
Today?
Maybe tonight.
It's hilarious.
It's only like 3 o'clock.
Feels like it's like 7.
Today is dragging, that's for sure.
It is.
But we got some wood down there today. I think I hauled a full pallet that you stacked a bundle grade, right?
Yeah. I noticed you refilled the hopper before you moved this one.
Well, I had to put the forks on to move this, so I figured it was better to have the hopper full.
Yeah.
I don't have to keep swapping back and forth between the forks and the bucket. But it was almost empty, so I didn't quite get a cord split. I might still split some more. I don't know. We'll see.
I can tell you don't know.
A little at a time.
You know what I'll be doing?
Yeah, probably going home to make a video.
No, finish stacking this pallet.
Finish stacking it all?
If you're not splitting anymore, yes.
Yeah, it's no fun stacking with the wood falling into the trail and comes down and smashes your fingers.
Exactly. I've been dodging it.
I figured you were, because you didn't make me shut the conveyor off while I was splitting. So.
Well, the turd conveyor doesn't hold a bunch of wood.
No, that
it's easy.
Kind of sends up 1 or 2 pieces at a time. So I don't know. Well, the mud kind of. I don't know if it dried up.
It definitely didn't dry up, but there's no puddle there.
There's no puddle, but I think I just spread the mud everywhere is what happened. And
yeah. It'll dry up eventually.
Well, it's supposed to be sunny tomorrow and hit 50 degrees, so
Sweet.
Maybe it'll dry out a little bit more, but then it's 3 days of rain, I think it said. So, yeah.
I don't know.
Can't win with the weather. Not this time of year.
No, and it's not always accurate. At least the one on your phone.
Well, yeah, that's all I go by.
I know, and that's what we do, but it's not real accurate. It changes hourly, I think.
Wow.
So you think it's going to rain all day, and suddenly it's just raining for 2 hours at some point.
Well, they're weather people.
It's hard to plan.
They can get away with that. They don't have to be correct.
Well, it's not weather people, it's a weather phone.
Yeah, whatever.
There's weather people behind it, though.
Yeah. They don't even have to be close. Most times they're not even close, but whatever.
Should have went to meteorological school.
There we go. Be inside all the time, though, I guess. Yeah. Unless you went out to look and see what it was doing out, so you could tell everybody what the weather is.
Yeah. Maybe that's what they do.
Heck, I can do that.
Yep.
Although it's been hot today. Sun, clouds, kind of everything today.
Yep.
Well, anyway, we're wasting these guys' time. So, I think we're just going to let you guys go. We're going to keep plugging along, but
we're tired.
Yeah.
We're gonna plug along at our slow pace.
I feel like I have to bull and thrash when the camera's on. And
Why?
I don't know. It just sounds odd. Just the way I go. I really don't know. Don't ask me why. I don't make any sense. They know that. You know that.
I know.
I just
I think I'd learned by now.
Yeah, I just kind of do what I do, so. All right. Well, appreciate you guys sticking around, and I don't know what the next video is going to be on or when it's going to be, because we get more rain. Although, maybe I could come down and we shouldn't do another splitting video next. Maybe we'll run the sawmill next. I do have a log on it, right? So, yeah. We'll do that.
I don't know.
We could always just go sit in a brook again.
Yeah, keep them guessing.
Yeah.
Sure,
never
it'll
know.
be something equally stimulating as this.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause this is just like super wicked exciting.
Oh well,
Yeah,
it's what we do.
we're gonna need the rig to pull that down, so we better let him go.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
We will catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.